Hello, my name is Romel Rose. I am the writer-director of Spirit of Injustice, which is a short film about the unarmed killing of a young African-American teenager. I feel like this story is important to tell because I feel like it's my responsibility as a young black filmmaker to kind of tell our story in a sense of, use my platform as a way for me to spread light to these certain issues that aren't necessarily talked about so much. In our community, we talk about it for a day and use these hashtags, but it has no longevity, and this is my opportunity to kind of shed light and keep the light on these certain situations.
My name is Adrian Martin. I am one of the creators, directors, and DP and editor of Spirit of Injustice. The idea for Spirit of Injustice came about from being inspired by an old movie called Tales from the Hood. As a kid, me and my older brothers and sisters would watch this movie over and over, not realizing what exactly we were watching. And it wasn't until about 4 years ago I've watched it again and seen the type of social ideas that were happening back in the 90s.
When Adrian came to me with the idea of the project, I thought it was interesting at first. I mean, he came to me years ago about this idea, but we never actually, had it fully realized. And the idea of, a cop being haunted by one of the unarmed, teenagers that he killed, I thought that concept was interesting. And so once I was able to fully realize the story and figure out what story we were telling, I thought it was a no-brainer, and I felt like it was the perfect opportunity for us to kind of, put our stamp on the situation and to shed light on it and to also have a message in it.
I think this specific story is important to tell today because it's still happening. It's still problems that we in the African American brown community are facing.
I'm Vincent Maeder. I play the role of police officer Danny Lobeck in the film Spirit of Injustice. The screenplay, when I read it, really struck me because of socially what's going on right now with, I don't know what the reason is other than, in most cases, just racism. And it rears itself in every aspect of life, including law, including police work, including every aspect of it. But when I read it, I saw a complete human being who was involved in the shooting of Tahir in this story. Tamir Rice is the model back in 2014, but I didn't want him to be just a stereotypical police officer, idiot or racist or negligent. I wanted him to be a fully developed, three-dimensional person.
Hopefully people have empathy for, because for so long, even I'm a victim of it. I've been so desensitized to it and so numb to a lot of these situations that happen. So hopefully, if you watch the film, it'll help you feel something for this young boy and not just look at him as, a thug or somebody that deserved, to be killed. Hopefully you can have some kind of empathy and not only see yourself, but, see a human being at the end of the day, because a lot of times, we are dehumanized and the media might paint a picture of this person being a criminal, but at the end of the day, this is our brother. This is a reflection of me. That is me. I saw myself.
The experience being the DP on this project was, in a sense, self-reflective in a way, because being able to see how certain shots or a certain story should play out in your head without a shot list, it makes it's fulfilling in a way, because you're able to literally create something out of your mind and be able to put it on the screen.
When I read the script, I thought this is an opportunity for me, among other things, number one, to explore this huge issue that's going on in our society. And it's our society in America which is predominantly, as I understand, versus the rest of the world. But also to kind of maybe understand what's going on with this. So it became a bit of a personal journey for me. But the greater issue of racism in the United States, how it comes up, do we make mistakes, is this intentional? That was the things that motivated me. It was an excellent story. It's based on a real event, which was heartbreaking, heart-wrenching. Those were the main reasons why.
So the character that I play is an older brother. And a lot of times in the African American household, we are taught to not play with guns. So my character was simply to show, to basically compare and contrast the black household with the white household, in the sense of, we're taught to not use guns, and we'll get in trouble for that. But then I feel like, not that I grew up in a white household or even know what a white household is, but I feel like a lot of times the white kids are encouraged to play with guns, and they're encouraged to learn about how to protect yourself. But in our community, we're taught, don't use these guns, that's bad. You know what I mean? And I just thought my character would be a great opportunity to kind of show the contrast of that. And we kind of see, we open the film with him playing with the toy gun, and my character comes in and kind of ostracizes him and says, you shouldn't be doing that. When in actuality, maybe he should learn how to use the gun to protect himself, not to go out and do senseless killings, but it is important to arm yourself and protect yourself in a legal way, the same way that others do.